So I'm going to ask you to believe that Marjorie Taylor Greene abdicated her seat in Congress as the former staunch supporter of Trump. Could it, and to believe that they might even be still friends, because if they come to an understanding, doesn't mean everybody else is going to come to an understanding at the same time. So, like, I wager that he got played up to statements of, saying that she's a traitor. He might have been complaining about her. He might have been like, people are not nuanced. They like to generalize. And the people that like to generalize is like the masses. So we cater a little bit. We cater a little bit to that, because that's the power base, kind of, in a way. And their power, the base always thinks that they have more power than they actually have. And like, for instance, they think that, like, ICE kidnaps people and, deports citizens, like deports people that are like all this stuff. So I think it is like we frame them in a way that they want to abolish capitalism, and like they're just don't want to go there, like, because they want to choose friends, and they want to be like, they want to be on the side that has friends. And it's like, okay, so like Clinton was laughing at them, saying we gave them identity politics. It was all identity politics. Ha 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 ha. And it didn't faze them. They would just spend some like, and then just go right back to, because they don't invest in their attention span, or like to try to, like, even if you do, you might be still convoluted. So why even try? And that's also has a point too. But then, like, you have to take yourself out of politics, out of the culture war, and just focus on you and your life. So having done that, then, because they were told to stay, like, vigilant and focused on, like, hyper focused on resolve and agitate, and now that, like, asking you to do terrorism and and okay, so there's a rift, right, where like some people will be like, well, they couldn't have afforded those guns because they don't have jobs, but it was like 30 conspirators. I'm pretty sure they can source the money to buy a gun or two. And they were just like, we don't want to have to deal with these, like, because it's like just it's a bunch of drama starters, like, and then they won't tell you like who started the drama, because it will be like, when, like, oh, well, shit, what happened, like, like, so it's like, they organize so they can recognize someone else who organizes. So someone who does a little bit of organizing on the right is like this hush-hush person we don't talk about, like Mike Winters, or like Carolyn Poroshenko. And they probably don't like each other. Like, two people I have respect for, they probably don't like each other. So what does that make me? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that? Like, if you generalize, you would just miss. It would be lost on me. I would tell you I would vote for somebody, and I would just vote for someone else and not tell you, which is normal. Like, that's more normal. I just don't want to get into it. Like, and then you would be right. Then, as opposed to like pariah, right? Which works better, huh? Even the question which works better would be like, you would have a different mindset. So perhaps it won't apply. But then to call someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor, I would think that would have been that would have been a moment, like, if you like called one of your parents a bad word or something like that. But and an argument on your behalf is that sometimes those words just get planted in you, and you never intend to say them. But if you want to feel different because you feel a certain way, then you might use a cuss word, or you might say something just to see if you'll feel different, but you don't even mean that shit. What they get you to with the repetitious though, because it's got to be in that frequency of no, I didn't, like you did, I'm not wrong, you're wrong. No, almost to where you could just be tricked by reverse psychology, like in fucking cartoons with Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig or something. Elmer Fudd. And then looking across the aisle, they were like, "Oh, you guys are stupid," and the other ones are like, "Oh, you guys are stupid." And then behind them, there's some ones that are like, they're actually smart over there, they're getting their shit together, and like we should do exactly what they're doing. And then the other ones are like, "Oh, we can recognize that the ones that are want to do exactly what we're doing over there." But it's about that word traitor. Like, that was a really bad choice of words. If that got thrown around, it was a really bad choice of words. So that's a reason to abdicate, right? For her to say, like, I'm leaving. And then it's also a cover for, they know that she should live with her family for a few years as governor. And then later on, when she's like an old person, like normal, like when they say like they don't have to lie about actually being focused at up to the second you could call them and they'll respond in 5 seconds, minutes, whatever. That would have to be like someone who's like their family is grown. So they know that she's later on, and she's positioned right now, well, like everything is like perfect for the media to do their polls and everything and make this shit solidified. Yeah, they're solidifying power, and it's like it's because we agree. Like when large members of the masses agree on something, then they could be like, oh, who agrees with what? And they agree with this. We can that's the state. That's just like, this shit is fucking. You're gonna get tired of this shit if you get old enough then to think that this shit is like baby Huey, like childish. But right now, it's like we think that they have all this power and everything. They advocate and they can get Congress to free up money, or there's like a couple of things that they might be able to do if they get a call in the middle of the night as to whether or not like they want to supersede Congress. But that is like not really that much more. Like they have other types of power that they might want to attribute to their mannerisms. To the mannerisms. And I can't, if that's true, I can't almost believe this shit. And they worked it out to where it's like, okay, well, I used a bad word I shouldn't have used, but we can't exactly make friends just yet. Why don't we plan your future? And everybody would be like, oh, they're fucking coming apart at the seams. They're at each other's throat. They're friends. It's just you get a delay,